Hello friends, welcome to Daily Dose of GK from Study Break. Today we are going to discuss the Global Hunger Index or the GHI. The Global Hunger Index is a very important indicator of how hunger prevails across the world. This report is jointly published by Concern Worldwide and Welt Hunger Health. Concern Worldwide is an Irish company and Welt Hunger Health is a German company. They together develop this particular global hunger index. Their goal is to remove hunger from the world altogether by 2030 and to check where hunger prevails, where hunger is serious or critical. They actually publish a report every year in October. This report was first published in 2006 and 2020 edition was the 15th one. So what is hunger? Hunger is basically lack of sufficient calories. Okay, so if there is a person or especially a child who doesn't get sufficient calories from his food, then he is hungry. Okay, now it is a little different from undernutrition. Undernutrition goes beyond calories. Undernutrition also includes lack of energy, protein, essential vitamins, or minerals. There are two kinds of undernutrition: acute undernutrition and chronic undernutrition. Acute undernutrition is where a child suddenly stops the intake of food or calories or proteins. Acute undernutrition leads to wasting. Wasting is low weight compared to height. Okay. The second one is chronic undernutrition. Chronic undernutrition is where a person doesn't get enough calories or energy or protein or vitamins or minerals from a long period of time. So as a result of that, a child is rendered stunted. Stunting is where your height is low compared to your age. What is malnutrition? Malnutrition is both undernutrition and overnutrition. That is, you consume lower than what your body requires. Generally, we know around 1200 calories is what is required every day, broadly. And overnutrition is more than what you require, what your body requires. Now, more than what your body requires, if there is, or less than, if there is any kind of discrepancy, then there is a lack of micronutrients in the food. Okay, all right, so let's move forward. Why do people go hungry? There are many problems. There are armed conflicts across the world, so you can understand that a person who lives in the United States, compare him with a person who lives in Syria. Okay, climate change is a major issue because there are many crops, there are many food items, or there are many nutrients that people cannot intake because of climate change. Poor governance is one. For example, let us take the example of Pakistan. Okay, demographic growth is not proper. Industrial agriculture is not good. That is, you don't use the latest agricultural method to produce enough food for your population. Unfair trade patterns, you might understand, probably because of unfair trade, many things do not reach particular places or particular countries. Social inequality, that is, there are rich people in the society who get food, enough food, more than what is required. There are poor people who do not get food, so that social inequality. Poor education system is a reason. So there are many reasons why people go hungry. Now, what is the Global Hunger Index? Like we already discussed, it's a tool designed to measure and track hunger at a global, regional, and national levels. Now, what is the purpose of concern and wealth hunger? To raise awareness and understand the struggle against hunger, provide a way to compare levels of hunger between countries and regions, call attention to those areas which have the highest level of hunger. For example, certain areas of Africa have very high levels of hunger, something that's called extremely alarming. And where do these organizations need to work? Now, at this point, let me tell you something. Both Concern and World Hunger Health, both of them do massive work across the world to get rid of. If you are interested, go to their websites and you will find work they have done till now is phenomenal. Now, this global hunger index is calculated every year to assess the progress and setbacks in combating hunger. Now they create a GHI. GHI is Global Hunger Index. GHI is severity scale. So you can see that scale here. Less than 9.9 is low hunger. 10 to 19.9 is moderate. 20 to 34.9 is serious. India falls here in the serious category. 35 to 49.9 is alarming, and anything above 50 is extremely alarming. Now, there's nothing like 0 or 100, just that 100 means there is absolute hunger, like most of the people go hungry, and 0 means nobody goes hungry. So that's not possible, okay, because wasting and stunting and undernutrition generally happen everywhere to some extent, but our concern is how much can we reduce it. Now, how do they calculate the GHI? They take four parameters. Firstly, undernourishment. Undernourishment means calorie intake is insufficient. That is, the amount of calorie that you require per day, you do not get it. The entire population. Child wasting, like we said, low weight based on height, according to height, low weight. And child stunting is low height according to age. Now, child wasting and child stunting, these are great indicators of nutritional deficiencies. Okay, say also it also shows say uneven distribution of food within the household. Probably the father is very strong physically, he eats most of the food, and there's not enough food left for the children or for the wife maybe. Stunting and wasting are also nutrition indicators for the SDGs. Okay, now, the other thing that's measured is child mortality. Now, there is a difference. The undernourishment is measured in the entire population, whereas child wasting, child stunting, and child mortality, these are generally measured within children under the age of 5. Step 1 is to determine values for each of the component indicators. For example, PUN is percentage of people undernourished. They take the percentage. CWA is child wasted, child stunted. They take the percentage. Okay. Then they standardize the component indicators. How do they do that? Suppose for undernourishment, they calculate between the period of 1988 and 2013, they take the highest undernourishment percentage of that country during any particular year. Say between 1988 and 2013, say this particular country A has faced the highest level of undernourishment in 1990. Say it's 80%. Okay, then they take this year, so we are calculating for 2021. Say for 2021 they face 40% undernutrition or undernourishment, so the standardized PUN would be 40 by 80 into 100, which is 50%. So that is how they calculate it, that is how they standardize each value, and then they aggregate the component indicators. So the GHI score is 1/3 into standardized PUN, 1/3 into standardized child mortality, and like 1/6 of child wasting and 1/6 of standardized child stunting. So this is how they calculate the GHI. So the entire procedure is given in this page. You can see the period is between 1988 and 2013. Okay, so they have also given an example, the same example which I gave you. These are some key figures published by Concern. So 37 countries will fail even to reach low hunger status by 2030, let alone remove hunger altogether. 40 countries have serious levels of hunger, including India. 11 countries have alarming level. 14 countries in the moderate, serious or alarming categories have higher 2020 GHI scores than 2012 scores. What does that mean? Between 2012 and 2020, they have reduced their say nourishment level, or hunger has increased in these countries. 690 million people are undernourished. 144 million children suffer from stunting, which is a sign of chronic undernutrition, and 47 million children suffer from wasting, which is a sign of acute undernutrition. 5.3 million children died before their 5th birthdays in 2018 alone. So you can more or less understand that every year anything between 5 to 6 million people die, mostly of undernutrition. So if you talk about India, in the 2020 Global Hunger Index, India holds a pathetic rank. It's 94th out of 107 countries. with a score of 27.2. As you can see, this is the score of India. It's very serious. India has a level of hunger that is serious, so you can see India stands here. If you compare the data 2000 to 2020, India has reduced, of course, absolute change is 11.7, but we still have a lot of things to do. So if you see the trend from 2020, it reduced. Sorry, from 2000 it reduced to 2020, and if you see the trend of indicator values, you can see, of course, we have done well in stunting. So now, like if you take 2020, more than 50% of the people in 50% of the children below the age of 5 were stunted. Now it's just above 30%. The only problem that we are facing is in wasting. So if you see from 2012 to 2020, wasting in children have increased. Okay, so now we have more children who are wasted. What do you mean by wasted? Low weight compared to height. Okay, we have more such people in India than we had in 2012. Otherwise, more or less, we have reduced from 2000. Correct? All right, so let's move forward. This is for further research. You can go to the Global Hunger Index website, the Concern website, World Hunger Health website, or let me show you this particular one, worldhunger.io. So this is World Hunger. This is a part of World Data Lab, where they produce different kinds of clocks to measure where we are going. So we can see that so many people, all these many people, live in moderate and severe food insecurity. Of course, it's more in the rural area than in the urban area. And these many children under the age of 5 are stunted. Okay, so the SDGs, I don't know how they're going to reach its SDG, is Sustainable Development Goal. So you can actually explore the data. This website is excellent. You just type World Data Lab and you will get excellent figures, excellent things to know about our world. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, guys, and all the best for your preparation.